a devastating on-field fracture, 17 surgeries, the looming threat of amputation, and a grueling recovery that pushed the limits of human endurance. / 2014. This is the unbelievable journey of Alex Smith, the quarterback who turned pain into determination and made an extraordinary comeback to the NFL when everyone thought he'd / 2019 he'd never walk again. Alex Smith's world came crashing down on a crisp November afternoon in 2018. It was supposed to be just another game day, another chance to lead his team as the experienced and steady quarterback he had always been. But in a split second, a routine play turned into a nightmare. As Alex dropped back for a pass, the pocket collapsed, and two defenders converged on him with brutal force. The collision left him crumpled on the turf, his leg twisted at an unnatural angle. The stadium fell silent as the reality of the injury set in. Alex Smith had suffered a compound fracture of his right tibia and fibula, a devastating injury that left even seasoned NFL veterans visibly shaken. The severity of the injury was apparent from the start. Medical staff rushed to stabilize Alex on the field, and he was immediately taken to the hospital. What followed was the beginning of a journey that would test every ounce of his strength and resolve. The initial surgery was intended to repair the broken bones and set him on the path to recovery. But complications arose almost immediately. An aggressive infection developed in the aftermath of the procedure, threatening not only Alex's leg but his life. Doctors faced a grim choice: fight the infection with everything they had or amputate the leg to save him. For Alex, the possibility of losing his leg was almost unthinkable. He had spent his entire life as an athlete, relying on his body to perform at the highest level. Yet now, he faced the prospect of waking up without the limb that had carried him through countless games, practices, and moments of triumph. The days that followed were a blur of surgeries, 17 in total, and moments of excruciating uncertainty. Elizabeth, his wife, stood by his side every step of the way, acting as his advocate and source of unwavering support. Together, they navigated each terrifying decision, clinging to the hope that Alex could somehow emerge on the other side of this ordeal. The infection eventually subsided, but the road ahead remained daunting. Alex's leg was salvaged, but it bore the scars of his battle. Not just physical scars from the surgeries, but deep internal damage that left doctors unsure if he would ever walk again, let alone play football. For many, this would have been the end of the story. Few would have faulted Alex for stepping away from the sport, focusing instead on simply regaining a semblance of normalcy. But Alex Smith was not ready to give up. Beneath the pain and uncertainty, a fire burned within him. He was determined to reclaim his life and prove to himself and the world that he was far from finished. Rehabilitation began slowly, with small, tentative steps that felt monumental after everything Alex had endured. Each movement was a victory, a reminder that progress, no matter how incremental, was still progress. But the process was grueling, both physically and mentally. Alex's leg had been so severely damaged that even standing upright required immense effort. There were moments of doubt, days when the pain seemed insurmountable, and the thought of returning to football felt like a distant dream. Yet Alex pressed on, driven by a resilience that inspired everyone around him. The support of his family became a cornerstone of his recovery. Elizabeth's strength and encouragement never wavered, even during the darkest moments. Their 3 children, too young to fully grasp the gravity of their father's situation, provided a source of joy and motivation. Alex wanted to show them what it meant to face adversity head-on, to fight for something even when the odds seemed impossibly stacked against you. They became his reason to push forward, even when the path ahead seemed impossibly steep. Months turned into years, and Alex's progress defied expectations. Slowly but surely, he began to reclaim his strength. The medical team, that had once been uncertain about his ability to walk, now marveled at his determination. Alex set his sights on an audacious goal, returning to the NFL. It was a decision that shocked many, including his doctors. The risks were undeniable. Another injury to his leg could have catastrophic consequences. But for Alex, the possibility of failure was not enough to deter him. Football had been his passion, his identity, for as long as he could remember. To walk away without giving it everything he had felt like an even greater loss. As Alex progressed through his recovery, he approached each milestone with the same focus and determination that had defined his career. He worked tirelessly in the gym, rebuilding the strength and mobility in his leg. He sought out cutting-edge therapies and surrounded himself with a team of experts who believed in his vision. Every step of the way, he faced skeptics who doubted his ability to make a full comeback. But Alex's resolve only grew stronger in the face of doubt. He was no stranger to adversity. From his early days in the league, he had battled injuries, critics, and the pressures of being a first overall draft pick. This, he believed, was just another challenge to overcome. By 2020, Alex had made enough progress to participate in football activities once again. The sight of him back on the field, throwing passes, and moving with a newfound sense of purpose, was nothing short of miraculous. His teammates and coaches watched in awe as he pushed himself harder than ever, refusing to let his injury define him. For Alex, every practice was a reminder of how far he had come and how much further he still wanted to go. He knew the road back to playing in an actual game would be difficult, but he was willing to put in the work. This wasn't just about football anymore. It was about proving to himself that he could rise above the pain and fear that had once threatened to consume him. Alex Smith's journey from the brink of despair to the cusp of an NFL comeback was nothing short of extraordinary. It was a testament to the power of resilience, the strength of the human spirit, and the unwavering support of those who believe in us. As he stood on the threshold of a new chapter in his career, Alex knew that the hardest part of his journey was behind him. But he also understood that the challenges ahead would require every ounce of courage and determination he had left. And for Alex Smith, that was more than enough. Alex Smith's journey back to the NFL wasn't just about healing his body. It was about proving to himself and everyone else that resilience can triumph over even the darkest moments. By the time the 2020 season arrived, Alex had reached a level of recovery that few thought possible. But the true test was yet to come. Could he take the field in a real game, face the intensity of live competition, and stand up to the physical demands of professional football? These questions loomed large, but Alex's determination was unwavering. The day of his return to the NFL was both surreal and emotional. When Alex stepped onto the field as a member of the Washington football team, the gravity of the moment wasn't lost on anyone. Just 2 years earlier, the thought of him walking again, let alone playing football, seemed like an impossibility. As he took his first snap since the injury, the crowd, albeit limited due to pandemic restrictions, rose to their feet in a standing ovation. It wasn't just a celebration of his comeback. It was a tribute to his relentless spirit and refusal to give up. But this wasn't a feel-good story wrapped up neatly with a bow. The road back to playing at the highest level was filled with challenges. In his first few games, Alex faced moments of hesitation and doubt. The speed of the game, the physical contact, and the psychological toll of his injury all weighed on him. Yet, game by game, he began to find his rhythm. His teammates rallied around him, inspired by his perseverance and leadership. For them, Alex's return was a reminder of what it meant to fight for something bigger than yourself. What made Alex's story even more remarkable was how he handled the pressure. Every play was scrutinized, every decision analyzed. Critics questioned whether he should even be on the field, given the risks involved. But Alex stayed focused, blocking out the noise and trusting the process that had brought him this far. He knew the risks better than anyone, but he also knew the reward of chasing his dreams far outweighed the fear of failure. As the season progressed, Alex's impact became undeniable. He wasn't just a player coming back from injury. He was a leader, guiding his team through difficult moments with poise and determination. The Washington football team found themselves in playoff contention, and Alex's contributions were a key reason why. His ability to stay calm under pressure and make smart decisions on the field became a rallying point for the entire organization. In many ways, Alex's return symbolized hope and resilience, not just for his team, but for everyone watching his story unfold. The pinnacle of his comeback came when Alex was named the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year. It was an honor that felt almost predestined, a recognition of everything he had endured and achieved. As he accepted the award, Alex spoke not about himself, but about the people who had supported him, his family, his medical team, his coaches, and his teammates. He expressed gratitude for the opportunity to play the game he loved and for the lessons he had learned along the way. For Alex, this wasn't just about football. It was about showing that with determination and support, even the most insurmountable obstacles can be overcome. Alex's story resonated far beyond the NFL. It became a source of inspiration for people facing their own battles, whether physical, emotional, or otherwise. His journey showed that setbacks don't have to define you, and that the human spirit is capable of extraordinary resilience. From hospital beds and grueling rehabilitation sessions to the bright lights of the NFL field, Alex Smith had defied the odds in a way few ever have. By the end of the 2020 season, Alex made the decision to retire from professional football. It wasn't an easy choice, but it was the right one. He had nothing left to prove. Alex walked away from the game on his terms, with his head held high and his legacy secure. His comeback had already cemented his place in football history, but more importantly, it had left a lasting impact on everyone who followed his journey. In the years since, Alex has embraced his new role as a mentor, advocate, and symbol of resilience. He continues to share his story, inspiring countless individuals to find their strength in the face of adversity. For Alex Smith, the journey will always be about more than just football. It's a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of community, and the belief that even in the darkest moments, there's always a path forward.